Hey everybody, this is Wraith Gaming coming to you with another test server 5.7.2. Um, we are testing the atomizer indicator and the atomizer itself, and all shotgun weapons. Here's a brief detail of what I got in my hangar for this first part. This whole video has been edited, so there may be some parts in battles that are missing, but I tried to put as much video into this as I could. Yeah, I'm just showing you all the pilot skills and modules and weapons I have in my hangar for the first few battles. And I will give you my full input on as much as I can. Let me just start by saying to Pixonic, from what I've seen and experienced with this the shotgun nerf, whether it's gusts, storm, thunders, halos, coronas, glories, honestly I don't like it, but from what I've experienced with what you guys have done over the course of the time that I've been playing this, which this coming March will be my 3-year anniversary since I've started this game. Yeah, this coming March will be 3 years for me. I've seen a lot of nerfs to a lot of weapons and robots, a lot of buffs. Honestly, I hope you don't nerf the thunders, but if you are going to, please don't do it anymore, because if you do, you will definitely cause everybody who plays it not to even want to bother, because that weapon just can't take any more abuse. Meaning any more nerfs. This is just my opinion, and I will be saying this again later in the video. Oh, by the way, I do apologize for the lack of game sound in the battles. Apparently my iPhone still not recording battle sound. May need to figure out what's going wrong with it. Maybe my headphones, I don't know. Yeah. Here's the first part I was going to try testing out with Gust on my Loki. It's hitting another Loki, but guess I should have put quantum radar on this thing. But with the help of my teammates, we were still able to take out that Loki. Did you notice the damage level I did with my Thunders on my Behemoth? On that Phantom? It was under 100 meters. Yeah, that don't look too good. And that was only with yeah, two thunders. Two or, well, whatever. Uh, Pixonic, I'm begging you, please don't nerf the thunders. These weapons can't do any more abuse. I'm more concerned with how little they'll be used, but I did get a chance to look at the chart of what you were gonna do, thanks to Foggy on his channel. For some reason, every time I use Storm on Spectre, I never get the chance to see just what they're capable of. I guess I should have put it on a robot that was more capable of helping me test those, but I figured since Spectre was such a badass during the early stages of its coming out onto war robots, that it would be able to do that, but I guess now that Leech is on the battlefield, it makes it a lot more tougher. No, scratch that. Leech and the Titans make it more tougher. And to think, Spectre used to be the badass on the battlefield at one point in time. Times have changed. Hmm. One thing I've learned with the glories is just like with the thunders, it's really hard to truly test these weapons out when you need to be up really close just to get the full potential of their damage. And that's really hard now, especially with a behemoth. I suppose if you can turn the volume up as high as you can get it, you might be able to hear the battle sounds, but very little. See that? One jump and I'm already out of full clip of all the storm that are on my Spectre. That's what it means to not be able to brawl with these weapons anymore. You jump up, you're empty, and before you know it, you're in a world of hurt. Which means my extreme aggressive playing style means I may not be able to play the shotgun weapons anymore. I guess in some ways that's fine because I'm more of a Punisher type. I'm more of a machine gun type guy anyway. I love my Punishers and Punisher tees and Avengers. What do I think about the Titans? I think the shield that's on Arthur makes it overpowering compared to the other two Titans. Just saying. You would think with Yao Ming being in the air and having 4 weapons would make it more overpowering, but I've played Yao Ming and, well, saw the result of my bad gameplay skills when it comes to me being tired. Here's another part, showing you with thunders on the Behemoth and down really fast, even with Titans on the battlefield. Yeah, I decided to change the weapons on my Loki, and here are the pilot skills. Put the halo on my Loki instead of having Gust on it. Sorry, I almost dropped my phone when I did that part. I believe it's in the upcoming battle, I'm not sure, where there's a part where I try to showcase the halo on my Loki, and I found out something that was definitely not good. Wow, that was really bad. That was seriously bad. I didn't even lock down that first robot that I was hitting with my Halo on my Loki. Emptied a full clip and I didn't even lock it down, not even once. How many times do you have to hit any opponent's robot with these weapons, these lockdown weapons, before they finally trigger a lockdown? Do you have to empty your full clip and then continue shooting? Or do we get to at least have one lockdown before it completely empties? Pixonic, honestly, I think that needs to be worked on. Yeah, it definitely needs to be worked on. Four thunders on a behemoth. You notice how little damage they do even on a phantom? I've said this in videos I've done before on Thunder, Pixonic, yet you never listen to me, so I'll say it one more time. Please don't nerf the Thunder. If you're gonna, here's my thoughts on Thunder, or my thoughts on shotgun weapons. This is just my opinion. You want balance in the game, and you're probably seeing a lot of people, a lot of players using mostly shotgun weapons. Where does that keep the balance? I get that. You want everything to be played, not just shotgun weapons, not just certain type of weapons, not just certain type of robots. You want everything to be played. And if other YouTubers keep encouraging other players to use certain types of weapons, that in and of itself ruins the balance of the battlefield. I get that. But when it comes to thunders, why punish the thunders? They're hardly being used in the higher leagues already anyway, so just my opinion. Honestly, I don't encourage, to all my viewers and subscribers, by the way, please leave a like if you like this video, a comment down below. Do please consider subscribing. I could really use, don't just watch the video. Please do consider subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. And hit the notification button for more content. As far as my opinion on shotgun weapons, I get it. When it comes to the balance of the game, too many players using weapons on Leech or Pursuer or Loki or any other robot out there. Well, that's all you're seeing out there, then I get that. But when it comes to thunders, how often do you see thunders out there, except for maybe in the middle leagues or lower leagues? I rarely, well, can't really say I rarely see them, 'cause I'm only a part-timer right now, but please don't punish the Thunders just because of the rest of the shotgun weapons. Yeah. Here is the pilot skills and setup I have for this behemoth with thunder on it. I have four thermonuclear. I have all thermonuclear reactors on the behemoth. So yeah, to say that it was doing very little with even all that stuff really speaks volumes on this, on the Thunders. Wow, this waiting time is painful. To any other YouTuber out there watching this video, this is just my opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt. I don't care. I'm just giving you my opinion. Maybe we should not encourage players to be using the same type of weapons we would, but instead encourage them to experiment by seeing the weapons and setups that are on the battle rec accounts. That way they can get a good view of what they really want to see and obtain. I'm only saying this because I'm thinking of the balance of the weapons and robots, and I think this is, maybe it's part of the reason why Pixonic is nerfing the shotgun weapons, because so many people are using them. I'm just giving my opinion. I have a right to my own opinion. And what I've noticed, been playing this game for nearly 3 years now, so I've seen a lot of nerfs, and the Thunders have actually had 2 nerfs already, and this, I think, makes the 3rd. I hope I'm wrong. I could be, but I hope to God you guys at Pixonic don't nerf the Thunders. It doesn't need it anymore. Unfortunately, I didn't get any really good. Yeah, that's about the only spot I did get a good on the storm. Coming upon a part where I actually tested the indicator on the new atomizer. Check where the weapons are. I mean, the button is. See that red line? When you see that glowing red, that means you need to stop and let it cool off. What I noticed about this whole indicator is that there's no time limit on the cooldown. Very nice, Pixonic. I like it. if you're trying to turn this into an energy-based type of machine gun, you did a good job. But I still prefer Punishers. No offense. Speaking of Punishers and kinetics and splash and energy-based type weapons, I will be doing a video on my channel showcasing the numbers between all three types of weapons: kinetic, splash, and energy-based type weapons. You'll see what I'm talking about on my channel. It'll be coming soon. What is it called? I haven't really thought of that yet. All I will say right now is I hope it wakes you guys at Pixonic up on the lack of balance between the types. Maybe I'll do it on this week's test server, considering it's one way I can get your guys' attention. Anyway, you have less kinetic types when it comes to machine guns and shotguns than you do energy-based and splash. Starting with leech modules, pilot skills. Come on, freaking phone won't even work right. Thunder. This is what I call a Thunder Falcon. Pilot skills. Not a traditionalist Falcon. It's a regular Falcon with 3 thunders. Why do I prefer this one? It's fun. I mean, everybody knows you can survive battle with a traditionalist Falcon, but can you survive long enough with a regular Falcon? That's where the fun is. At least I think so. Anyway, I left everything else, so let's hop into at least one battle and hopefully get some better results. Let's get rid of my Loki first. The Halo, should I say the lockdown weapons? Even though I've got a leech with 4 Corona on it, I still went down really fast, and didn't exactly get a chance to really test those weapons out, those 4 Coronas. I wanted to make a point also to you, Pixonic, that if these are supposed to be forcing players to get like hit and run tactics, and you have to be within 100 meters, how can players do that, especially with the medium weapons, you know? It's almost impossible with all the long range out there and medium range. It's I honestly don't see how it's going to be possible to get close to an opponent in this game using any of the shotgun weapons, unless it's like an ambush type scenario. And not a, some maps you just can't do that with. Like this map does have some spots, but not a lot. Bad enough they have a very short amount of ammo in the weapons in the first place. But since you apparently didn't really hear everybody that was begging you practically not to nerf any of the shotguns, sorry, got a frog in my throat, so to speak. Yeah, I got to thinking about Pixonic. I got to thinking about why you not listening to anybody and why you're nerfing it. I really took a good look at the situation. I think a lot of players were using the shotgun weapons too much, and you decided to nerf it, and you weren't listening to anybody, even when we all begged you not to, and you did it anyway. I think others are probably seeing the same thing. And like I said earlier in this video, it's all about the balance. And when you don't see other weapons being used very much, I mean, you've done this before. Saw everybody using those Orkans too much, so you nerfed them a little bit. Trans is the same way. But I think a lot of YouTubers need to start doing, and this is just my opinion, is not encourage other players to use certain types of weapons, but encourage players to experiment. Show them which weapons can do what, how powerful they may be, but encourage them to try different things. This is just my opinion. Why do I say this? Because maybe it'll encourage the idea of not forcing you guys at Pixonic to nerf the weapons. Because if we use different weapons, instead of the same type, everybody using the same type like the shotguns, maybe there won't be any nerfs if there's more of a variety on the battlefield. I also want you to take notice of something else that you're seeing in this battle. Did you notice how many Ao Ming were in the air and they were completely dominating everything? Even when I had an Arthur on the battlefield, it's not always you see something like that, but when it comes to the 3 robots, I think the shield on Arthur is too powerful. But again, that's just my opinion. What do I plan on getting when it comes to getting a new robot? Because right now I have the kid in my main account. I still need to play Arthur a little bit more in test server before I can actually decide that for myself. But right now it's aiming more towards Ao Ming because I know how much damage Ao Ming can do. But I just need to see these things for myself. I'm not going to take the opinion of other players because I'm a different person. I think differently. I like different things than other players do. I prefer balance of my hanger. You have 4 or 5 different Ao Ming on the battlefield. What the heck is wrong with this picture? There's also something else on this test server that was being showcased. Apparently, Big Sonic, you did some different animation for the Kang Day in battle. So, let's show this. Here are the modules. Here are the pilot skills. Let's do one battle with them. Nobody on test server. Ooh. Low battery, huh? This is where I took my headphones off. Uh-oh. That's why I found my problem. Guess I gotta find some better headphones, huh? Headphones with a microphone.
Guess Arjun paid the price for talking me, didn't it?
Very interesting animation to the King Day when they fire. Pretty nice.
Ooh, nice shot on that one. Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, I reached at the end of the video, and I'm going to give you my final assessment on the shotgun weapons nerf and the atomizer. I'll start with the new weapon, the atomizer. I think it's great. I'm not sure about the damage. It seems to do okay. Um, Although I was more focused on the shotgun weapons. I like the indicator on the weapon showcasing when it's about to get um, overheated. I like that. Like everything you did with it, Pixonic, keep that. And I also like the fact that it doesn't take a reload time just to fix the weapon. Um, yeah, you can let it cool down for a few seconds, then start firing away in order to get the safety. I like that. Too bad some of the other weapons weren't like that, but yeah, the atomizer is great. The indicator is great. The shotgun weapons, not so good. Um, it's difficult to use gust, storm, and thunder now. Way too difficult, you ask me. I mean, and same goes for the Halo, the Corona, and the Glory. Um, the lockdown weapons, though, Halo, Corona, and Glory, I hardly ever noticed that I was able to lock anybody down. Should be able to lock someone down with a full clip, but I noticed I couldn't, or at least wasn't paying full attention to that. So that I think that needs to be fixed, Pixonic. Yeah, that's my take on it. And finally, please do not nerf the Thunder anymore. It doesn't need it. Seems like it's just getting worse every time you do this. If you want to, if you're gonna nerf the weapon, then I can honestly say be prepared to delete it off the game, because eventually no player's gonna want to play it if you nerf it this time. I mean, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, but will I be playing it? I like the Thunder Falcon, but it just feels like it's going to be one of those situations where people are not going to want to play it because it's nerfed so badly that it doesn't do anything, doesn't do any damage. And these days people need silver, and that thing doesn't give silver enough damage to give us any silver in Battlefield. So I say Thunders are about to die, and you guys at Pixonic aren't listening to us. That's just my honest opinion. Thanks everybody, and and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.